All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Super here, and welcome to another Mortal Kombat 1 video. It's been a while since I've actually done a little update video on MK1, mostly because the game is being it's pretty much done receiving long-term support, meaning there's not going to be any more DLC content, blah blah blah. You guys know the deal. They announced this like what, 3 months ago, 2 months ago. We haven't really gotten much update wise, but we did today. And this is probably going to be the final like big update that we get for Mortal Kombat 1. So let me show you guys real quick as Shang Tsung is transforming there. Big damage. I love that team, Shang Tsung and Stryker. So the Mortal Kombat X account posted this, said we look forward to players showcasing their skill at the highest level at this year's Evo 25 tournament. Soon after, we'll be releasing some exciting changes for Mortal Kombat 1. Exciting changes. As always, we'd love to hear your feedback from the community on potential changes. Stay tuned for more. So this is pretty much the first big update and sort of communication that we've gotten from Mortal Kombat 1 in months. And I'm definitely looking forward to the final patch for MK1 because notoriously the final patch for previous NRS games have always actually been really good. They always sort of leave the game in a good state. The final patch for MKX was great. They removed armored launchers, stuff like that. They balanced the game pretty well. The last update for MK11 was pretty good too. Same thing. They did really good balance changes, making a lot of the characters good. Injustice 2, well, you could only do so much because, you can't really change the way the game, mechanically plays. But just in general, NRS has always done a really good job of making that last update like a good, solid way to leave the game off. So I'm looking forward to this. And leave your comments down below of what changes you want for Mortal Kombat 1, because I know that, from time to time, people from NRS do watch my videos. And of course, this is like the perfect time to share your feedback if you want something changed. This is like, I don't know, it's just like anything you want, whether it be character changes, cameo changes. I'm going to give some of my changes that I want to see. But of course, the comment section is like the number one place to get that feedback from. So one thing that I want, and I don't even know if this is possible, I'm not going to talk about it too much because I've talked about this so much, but I really want to get online rooms. It's still shocking to me that 2 years pretty much after a modern fighting game has been released, we don't have rooms. Online lobbies. I get online, I create a room named Super Pooper, and then I have you guys join the room and I play with you guys. That is like pretty standard for video fighting games for a long time, and MK1 still doesn't have that. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's the number one thing that I would want, because it's better late than never, right? If they come out with rooms now, better late than never. And it'll definitely make things easier, at least for people to play with each other, find each other easier. It'll make it easier for me to play with you guys, viewers, viewer matches. So that's the number one thing that I want that should have been in the game from the beginning. But as far as like actual gameplay changes, I really want to see them expand into more cameo calls. I think Tremor is the perfect blueprint for cameos in this game. And yes, I know that at the moment, he is absolutely the best cameo in the game, along with Movado, because Movado has just so much utility when it comes to combo potential and conversions. But as far as the design, I think Tremor is a perfect design cameo character. He's just far and above everyone else because the other characters don't have the same mechanics as Tremor has. And the mechanic that I'm talking about is the quick regeneration of his cameo and the ability to not only have useful summon cameos like his uppercut rock move, which launches at pretty much the same height no matter what. You could use it twice in a combo, but also the ability to have really good ambush assist. And the ambush assist and everything, they recover really fast, so you're able to get a lot of tremor usage, and that's what this whole game was built around, cameos. So I really feel like they should give every cameo in the game some sort of useful ambush assist that they could use. And for characters who are built around ambush assists, like Darius, for example, just make his cameo regenerate as fast as Tremors does, because he has good utility. It's just it takes so long for the cameo to regenerate. Same thing with Goro. Goro has the same type of move that Striker has, as you guys are seeing in the gameplay right here. Striker has that gun move, right? Goro has punch walk, but the difference is that Goro's takes even longer to regenerate than Striker's does. And understandably, like, these moves are going to take a really long time to recover because they grant you insane, crazy damage, 757 damage, right? They're meant to be, you use it one time in a round, and that's it. You might even use it one time in a round and a half or 2 rounds, right? You probably will only be able to use it twice in a match, is what I'm trying to say, even if it goes 3 rounds. So those moves are meant to be they're meant to take that long on cooldown. But there's other moves where characters might do that don't have that same damage utility, that recover a lot slower. Like, even like the Raise the Roof takes so long to start recovering, and even though they buffed it still takes a long time. So I feel like they should open the game up more and give more cameos ambush assists, similar to what Tremor has. And I mean, just look at what happened with Striker. Striker became my favorite cameo to use in MK1, and I don't want to say never, I rarely used them. So one move literally changed an entire cameo for me personally. I know that it was a big move, like, it's actually a really, really strong move. And it does what my favorite thing is to do in a fighting game, which is to do huge damage, really cool combos. So it was literally a perfect move for me, but just that one move changed the way that I look at Striker and use them, because nowadays I just want to use Striker for every cameo because I could get some of that crazy damage with pretty much every character in the game. So I just feel like, as far as characters on the main roster, yeah, you have characters that need help, like Quan Chi, some characters like that. I think Tanya needs a lot of help just because she might be like decent, but she's not really exciting to play. There's characters that you could buff, but like, the game is based around cameos. The cameos is really going to make your character. So I feel like they should open the game up and give cameos more freedom with ambush assist, and like, just open the game up for every cameo. Just make every cameo be as good as Tremor. And yeah, I know it's not every cameo is going to be as good as Tremor, because Tremor has that crazy utility for a lot of moves. But just the basic principle of how they took on Tremor, like how fast his cameo recovers, stuff like that. I feel like every character needs that. Every cameo character needs that. And I think that's how they could do a good job of opening the game up. So that's like my main thing, because cameos is really what's gonna make your character, right? That's how they designed this game, to be built around cameos. So I think that's my number one thing. Something else that this might be a little bit minor, but I feel like some of the moves that some of the like projectile moves, gunshot moves that used to combo into cameos, now they lock out, right? Like, for example, I'll show you this. I'll show you the example here. By the way, this is John Cena. I was using a I could only full screen it so much. I was using a see that right there. I was using a mod, so I had John Cena as Peacemaker, and then I had Cyclops as Kano. But when the game first came out, you could actually combo Peacemaker's gunshot into Kano knives, and you could still combo that, right? And it made for really cool looking combos. Yeah, they did a lot of damage, but you needed to use both of them to like do big damage. That's the whole point of cameos. They're supposed to help you do these freaking combos. And then they made it so now the projectile doesn't combo into the cameo unless you do like the meter burn version. You know, for example, like Johnny Cage, meter burn nut punch could combo into Madam Bo's bottle toss, or Johnny's meter burn nut punch could combo into the Kano knives. But before it wasn't like that. It was like some of these moves that you could combo into cameos that might be standing, like this, for example. You could do these combos, and they felt really fun to do. They were awesome. But after they locked out the ability to do that. And I feel like they should bring that back because it made the game more fun. So that's another thing. And other than that, I think that might be it as far as like some changes that I want. I definitely think that they're going to open the game up a lot. I feel like this last patch is going to be really good. It just depends on what direction they go as far as like main character wise. Are they going to nerf the hell out of Homelander? Are they going to nerf the hell out of Havoc? Or are they going to buff a lot of these characters like Quan Chi that need a lot of help? So I guess it could go either way. It could go either way. I believe that they're going to buff a lot of characters to bring them up instead of nerfing them. I still think they're going to nerf T-1000, Havoc, and Homelander in one way or another. I don't think they're going to leave the characters the same. Cyrax, you know, she's kind of hard to nerf because that's her whole game plan. Like, she's just going to put you in a vortex, and you got to guess right. There's not much you could change from her, to be honest, to sort of normalize her, because her bombs are not low, right? I'm pretty sure her bombs are not low. I'm pretty sure they're mids. It's just her game plan is that way. And yeah, she's like crazy good. But there's things you could do to Homelander, Havoc, T-1000 to make them a little less powerful. But to be honest, they won't need a nerf if you just buff a lot of the characters on the roster, like every character on the roster. I feel like in Mortal Kombat X, in the last patch, you pretty much could go toe-to-toe with any character in the game. Yeah, you could match two characters. It could be like Bo Raicho, someone who's like bottom tier could go toe-to-toe with top-tier characters. Just not the tippity top. Like, you're not putting Bo Raicho versus Dragon's Fire Liu Kang, who has execution and could do everything properly. And you're not putting Bo Raicho versus Crystalline Tremor. But other than those two characters, Bo Raicho could go toe-to-toe with pretty much anyone, and he's considered one of the bottom-tier characters in the game. So I feel like if the final patch for MK1 ends up being that way, where they buffed every character on the roster that needs it, and then they're lifted up to be able to compete versus the top-tier characters, and you could nerf the top-tier characters just a little bit or just leave them how they are, it's going to make a really, really fun final patch of the game. Is that going to happen? I have no idea. They've surprised me multiple times in MK1 in good ways and in bad ways. So I'm just going into it with low expectations, and I will keep you guys updated once these changes happen. And it's probably going to happen after Evo. Evo's in about 2 weeks. So after Evo, we should get a patch probably the Tuesday of or the Monday after Evo Finals, which is just a day later, 2 days later. So I'll keep you guys updated on these changes and what happens. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.